Hey community, so today we'll discuss about Route 53 service and how can we actually use this in DevOps operations basically. Okay, so just firstly we will take a quick look. Okay, so firstly let's see. Suppose you have a requirement today, okay, and you have to create three environments like Dev, QA, and suppose pre-prod or prod. Okay, pre-prod or prod, like so 1 2 3 you have to create three environments, okay, and you have purchased a domain, even though you can also purchase from Route 53 itself. Suppose you have also purchased a domain on Route 53 or on the GoDaddy, okay, wherever. So suppose you have done that, okay, so now you have to set up your DNS, which is DNS like that's what Route 53 does. It does a lot of things, but DNS is also one of the things that we actually have to manage, and we can easily manage with the Route 53 service. Okay, so firstly thing, like you will have some base domains, right? So suppose like abc.com, okay, so now this is your base domain, and under this domain you have to create one, suppose like dev.abc.com, and then qa.abc.com, and then prod.abc.com. okay, so suppose you have to create three environments, okay, so you have to, this will be like called as subdomain and this will be your base domain, okay. So that's what basically, like basic thing we do this in DevOps for using the Route 53 to manage our DNS actually. So let's see how can we use it. I'm not using any real-time domain. I'm just taking as an example, so we just can see. Okay, firstly you just have to log in as usual, and just you have to search from here, or directly you can go from here for the Route 53 service. Get inside. Okay, so here you will see a few things like on the dashboard: create host zone, create policy, create health checks, and register a domain. From here you can buy the domain also. I'm just not buying anything and not doing anything like in the real time, but as an example we can take. So we have to create the DNS management, we have to create the host zone actually. Okay, so click here, get inside. Now it will ask you to create the domain name, which we can call as a domain name, or I usually call as like base domain, because later on we have to create the subdomains as well. So that's why. Suppose we take our name itself like testtech.com, okay, and just if you want to derive something, testtech is my channel name, okay, whatever description as per your need. And public you have to keep in the public hosted zone or private. I'm just keeping as public as for now. Okay, any tag if you want to create, I'm not creating any, sorry, just create on the hosted zone. Okay, so now you will see two things will appear, NS and SOA. Okay, so it will have your namespaces. See, all these namespaces are present here, right? You can edit it if you need. Suppose you have to edit anything, you can edit it and save it. Simple routing policies, any policies or anything if you want to add, it's just an example, so I'm just not changing anything. Okay, so suppose like this is got done, so now you have to create the record. So as our requirement is QA, dev and prod, right? So let's see, now if you click on create record, the base domain will be here, right? Now you just have to create the subdomain. So our first requirement was dev, and here it will be the EC2 machine name or whatever will be the IP. So whenever you will create the machine or any machine you will be using, there will be an IP, right? Whenever we create any EC2 machine or anything we created, maybe like any clusterization IP or any IP, that IP you may have to provide here. I'm just keeping it simple. Okay, so this is not real time, but we are just taking as an example. Okay, so now you will see the record will get created dev.testtech.com. So like this you can create your QA and prod domains. Okay, and then you can deploy your codes. And beneath you will have your EC2 or any IP of the machine that we will be using beneath on top of this domain, right? So that IP you have to provide and it will work. For now it will not work, it will give us the non-reachable, right? Site can't be reached. See, see, like it's a status is pending, nothing is getting received. Okay, so that's how we can easily create our subdomain. So this is the basic thing we perform in a DevOps cycle. So there are a lot of things you can do with the Route 53, but this is the basic thing that I want to cover under the series of DevOps AWS services that we use in DevOps. So first is Route 53. So that's how we can create it. Thank you so much.